Hey, FM Walleye Classic Cup tournament anglers. We want to welcome you to our final awards ceremony for this 2020 season. Along with me is my co-director, Eric Seitz. Eric, say something.
It's good to be here and give out some wood and some checks for these guys that finished up. We've got two things, obviously we finished up with the Cormorant Classic, and then we also have the championship points.
So before we get going too much further, we want to take this opportunity to recognize our sponsors. I'm hoping that shows up in...
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. It's showing up in presentation format. Again, guys, we just are so thankful for all of the sponsors of our Classic Cup Tournament Series. Shields, Lund Boats, Ray Sport Marine, Skeeter, Eskimo, Moorhead Marine, U Motors, Kovash Marine, Warrior, TRS Industries, Gate City Bank, Stryker, Mercury Gold, Airwave Pedestal, Onyx, Inflatable Life Vest, Toe Tector, Vision Bank, Chuck's Custom Rods, and Phantom. So, guys, these are a big part of what makes this happen, and we would greatly appreciate you patronizing these organizations. And when you go do business with them, it doesn't hurt to tell them that you're an FM Walleyes member. So that's kind of where what we're going with now. So I think we're back to our traditional screen here, and I'm going to turn it over to Eric to talk about the 2020 Cormorant Classic Cormorant Fall Classic.
So had a couple of good days of fishing out there. Day one was off to a fantastic start. 37 pounds led that tournament after day one. Had a lot of people scratching their heads. Obviously, those guys come out of the gates swinging, went out to a big lead. And they added to it on day two and finishing with 52.97, so almost 53 pounds. First place, you guys are going to get the fish-shaped plaque that we've had this season. First, second, and third, we'll get that fish plaque. So first place went to Team 20, David Winter, Matt Lammers. Congratulations, guys. You put a beat down on the competition for sure. 37 out of the gate, like I said, on day one. Definitely helped. Second place with the fish trophies went to team number 6 of Travis Owens and Jake Owens. These guys are consistent. They've been consistent for a while. They're fun to watch. They're always close when it comes to the end of the tournament. So fun to watch. Congratulations to those guys on second place. Third place, again with the fish-shaped plaque, team number 15. Josh Scrove and Don Wacker. These guys had a little issue to start day two. We're able to overcome it. It was entertaining to say the least, but hey, they stuck it out and it shows. And they kept up there. They went out in second place and come in finishing third for the tournament. So congratulations to those guys. Fourth through 10th place, we got the square plaques again for you guys. Fourth went to Team 29, Anthony Boyd, Dustin Daring with 29.98. Fifth place, another team that's always up here quite often, team number 39, Bob Schliemann, Sean Nygaard. Those guys just a hair bit behind fourth place with 29.29. So sixth place, team 5, Pavlaki, another familiar name in our tournaments. Those guys come in with 27.09. Seventh place, another usual, Mike Huber, Jake Nelson with 26.83. That was team number 56. Eighth place, team number 13, Tom Johnson, Brian Winterfeld, 26.13. Ninth place, holding on to ninth place, 24.49, team number 47, Jaden Thomas and Tyler Thomas. Good to see Jaden up there in the top 10. He was behind the wheel this time, and if you guys know, Jaden's normally been behind the tiller, so it's good to see him behind the wheel for those of us that like the wheelboats. 10th place, rounding up the top 10, team number 31, Zach Buss and Sean Tostenson with 24.08. And just out of the top 10, team number 11, former FM Walleyes past president, Scott Brewer, 24.02. So just out of the top 10. But that's the tournament results. Congratulations to those guys in the top 10. Fun to watch, as always. I think, I would just say, I mean, these guys put it together. A lot of those names that I read, they fish a lot of our tournaments, and they've proven themselves over the years. So congratulations to those guys.
Hey, Eric, I would just like to point out that based on the size of the field this year, we are going to be paying down to 14th place, and I can review that real quickly.
Sure.
Team 12 was Nelson and Caravo. 13 was Thielen and Hensel. And then 14 was our dear friend Dave Randash and Ron Roby, which I also want to point out is that 14th prize is in Shields gift cards. So we, again, a fantastic sponsor in Shields.
Yep.
So at this point, I would like to go on and just recognize the big fish winners. So I've got some notes.
Another one of these.
Yep, another one of those big fish ones. And it's probably not a surprise to most of you after seeing the first day's result, but David Winter on day one had a big fish of 28.5 inches, which calculates to a 9.62 weight. So he's big fish one, which will have a plaque and a check. And then big fish two was his co-angler, Matt Lammers, who had not only big fish two, but big fish three. He tied himself with two at 26.5 inches. So obviously those guys crushed it, and congratulations to them. Moving on then, I also want to take this opportunity to recognize really kind of a special award that one of our participants has been sponsoring for, I should know the number, but a number of years now, and that is the Bjorkman Comeback Award. And that's in honor of their brother, and it's a $250 award, and it's for the biggest comeback from day one versus day two. And this year, the Bjorkman Comeback Award goes to Team 19, Kurt Shasky and Keith Fisher. They had a 0 on day one and 11.33 on day two, which makes them the Comeback Award winner. And that's, I think, a really neat award because, I mean, we're obviously trying to build interest, and guys, I get it. It can be discouraging on that first day that things don't go the way you want, but you know what? We want you to come back. We want you to have fun. And then this is just a little incentive to, you know what? Maybe I can make a little on the comeback. So again, thank you so much to the Bjorkman family for sponsoring that award.
Yes. Great award. Like you said, it's something to look forward to if you don't have a good day one.
And it happens to all of us.
It happens. It happens. Next, I guess we could go into the Classic Cup points. Guys, we take a little portion of your entry fee and we put it into the points pot for the year, and we pay down to fifth place. First place is a Lund boat, and that is the WC14 with a trailer. And also first place gets a little bit bigger plaque. Classic Cup champions, they get the plaque and the boat. Second through fifth will have cash prizes, so you'll be getting those in the mail. But let's go over there and read off our top five. First place, well, actually we'll start with fifth. So in fifth place, he had a total boat captains, he had a total of 577 points. He had a 196 on day 2 of Pelican, a 186 on day 1 of Cormorant, and a 195 on day 2 of Cormorant. That's Devin Pavlaki. So congratulations, Devin. 5th place in the Classic Cup points. 4th place, another familiar name, Mike Huber. Mike put together a 195 and a 191 on Pelican. And then he followed that up this past weekend with a 194 on day 2 of Cormorant for a total of 580. Congratulations, Mike, on 4th place. 3rd place, these guys are up here all the time as well. Bob Schleeman. They got a 192 and a 194 for Pelican day 1 and day 2. And then Cormorant day 2, they jumped up with a 197. So they finished with 583 points. Congratulations, Bob, on 3rd place. 2nd place, the leader coming into the tournament, Brian Bjorkman, had a 198 day 2 of Pelican. He had 200 points for Big Pine for the win. He did have a points lead coming in. Slipped a little bit, had 191 was his 3rd best score. He actually tied it on Pelican and Cormorant, so we only take one of those. That's 3. So he had a total of 589. 589. So congratulations, Brian. Tremendous season with your boys. It's fun to watch. It is. It's fun to watch with you fish with your boys. I think that's pretty cool. And 1st place, these guys did it again. Travis Owens, 1st place. They started out a little behind, not far behind. They were consistent though, and they were able to get 198 points at Big Pine, and they did very well this past weekend with a 197 and a 200. They went into the weekend in 2nd place. The win pushed them over the hump, and they had finished with 595 points, and that Lundboat WC 14 with the trailer. Got some plaques for you guys. We'll get you those. I just wanted to point out one thing too, Rick. I did some tally here. We had 15 teams that fished all 3 events. So, and of those 15 teams, 7 of them finished in the top 10. So that says something there. Obviously, if you fish all 5 this year or all 3 this year, you had 5 chances to get your best 3 scores. So those guys took advantage of it, and you can tell. And actually, you know, the top 6 are all three tournament boats. So the top 5 for sure fished all 3, and like I said, 7 of the top 10. And there are a few more guys that have also fished all 3. We just go by boat captains for this one. So fun to watch. Congratulations to the Owens on another win, 595 points. Good job, fellas. Well, that brings us over to volunteers. We just like to give a shout out to our tournament staff this summer that helped us. You know, there's a lot of sponsors, like Rick said, that help us, and we can't do this ourselves either. There's a committed staff that are behind us this year. It's always wonderful. We had J.W. Schroeder, another board member that we have. He was at all 3 tournaments. J.W., special shout out to you. We can't do it without you. It's always good to have you there. Renee Kildee, she helped out at Pelican and Cormorant, checking boats and such. She's always fun to be with. You know, she's with Brian when he's pre-fishing, and she likes to help checking boats in the morning. Always fun to have her around. Brenton Hell, our current president of FM Walleyes, he helped us launch boats at Pelican and Big Cormorant this past weekend. John Chose has been
for years has been helping us.
He's been helping us how many?
For years, many years.
Yeah, I think he said this weekend he started back in the 80s. So John is always a pleasure to be around and have good conversations. John helped us out at Big Pine and Cormorant, so thank you to John. And then we had 2 other volunteers at Big Pine. These guys helped drive folks around back and forth getting vehicles. So Andrew Shea and Blake Roberts. So thank you to you guys. So, you know, we can't do it without volunteers. And if I miss somebody, Rick, I sure do apologize. But I think
you know, it's good. Yeah. I think we're good. Yeah. So I just want to go back to again recognizing our sponsors. I'm hoping I can get this into presentation mode. Well, maybe not.
It
I
was
have a
on
black
there.
screen, so I'm just going to want to, again, recognize our sponsors. I'll try it again. I'm going to leave it at this screen. It's not the best, but it didn't let me go to the presentation mode. But again, our sponsors have been with us, you know, many for many years, and there's some new ones that we're building, again, really great relationships with, and we just want to make sure that we recognize them. I think
And
I missed
Interstate Batteries and
Interstate and J&K Marine. When we were walking through the names before, I think I missed their name there, so that's my bad. But again, guys, when you're going out and looking for services and products, look for these sponsors, and then if you do a deal with them, tell them you're a FM Walleyes member, and that makes this whole relationship better. So with that, I'm going to go back to our regular screen. I just want to wrap up the year, or wrap up the season with a thank you to all of the anglers. And I mean, this year was different. I think we've shared the story before, but the week of making a no-go decision for Pelican, early in the week, the decision was no-go. And we got the new rules from the state of Minnesota, and we realized that we could do it. We'd kind of talked ourselves into not doing it, and we had an epiphany over the night, and we all got back together the next day and said, you know what, guys, we need to do this. I mean, we've been doing Pelican for 30 plus years and Cormorant for probably almost as many. We can't let this stop. And thankfully, there was a way to move forward, you know, with Catch Photo Release and your cooperation, and all of your folks have been just, really respectful about, AIS inspectors at the docks, and, social distancing, and all of those things are so important. It just brings great credit upon you and upon us as an organization, in terms of how we conduct ourselves as sportsmen and as, citizens. So I just want to say thanks. It's been a challenging season, but it's been really good. And I sense the joy out of many of you in terms of, thank God you guys did it. We went ahead and did it, and I'm there with you. I think the same thing. Yeah,
I would echo what you say, Rick. We certainly, taking this on, this is our first go at it. We had some things that we learned from. We're not perfect, but you know what? We tried, and we learned from whatever mistakes we had. We tried to make it as fun and do the best we could given the circumstances. We had a different set of rules to play by this year with COVID. I think we overcame that pretty well. Like you said, we can't give up on something we've had for that many years. It was good to get, and it's always good to see those tournament anglers that we've seen for how many years. So it was good.
I will say that I really miss the Cormorant rules awards ceremony with everyone hanging around for, a while till we get everything calculated, and just having the chance to catch up and sharing a beverage. I missed that we weren't able to do that this year, but hopefully next year, that might be in the cards.
It was a little different, when everybody was handed in their cards, there was only a couple tournament staff, and that was it. It's a different thing, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know we've gotten several people reach out and say, hey, we really like the online awards or online rules meetings, and I'm sure you guys do. You don't have to get your boat on the trailer and hurry back and go to the rule meetings. So there's maybe some good that come out of it. We'll have to look at that next year for sure. You get lemons, make lemonade, and I think we made quite a bit of lemonade, and everybody had a good time doing it. So hopefully next year we just build on this and continue to get better. Well, I would just, my closing comments, Eric, would be, I just wish everyone a great fall, a safe fall, a great holiday season. And we hope to see you out as tournament competitors in 2021. Yeah, have a great fall. God bless.